Quick disclaimer, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing here should be considered financial advice. Always do your own research and understand the risks before investing.
Welcome back everyone to another Bitcoin update. So quickly getting started here. We are currently tracking these two trend lines that Bitcoin has been forming, with each low and high as well. Seems like the price is starting to compress a little bit, and at some point possibly we could get either a break to the upside or a break to the downside. Our two main scenarios that we are tracking right now is whether all of this is just a fourth wave corrective bounce and then a fifth wave, another move to the downside for that fifth wave. Otherwise, whether we did indeed have a more bottom out here at 60,000, where all of this is just part of a larger degree A, B, C, and A wave, B wave down, C wave up, in a corrective pattern before we can get that larger low. And we have our trend lines and swing highs and swing lows that we will be looking for. Our first indication for either scenario playing out is a break above either trend line. So a break below the 63,000 level would be our first indication. Another indication would be a break below this swing low for a B wave at 62,000. And our final indication would obviously be a break below this 60,000 to confirm that this fifth wave is indeed playing out. And this was all just part of a fourth wave corrective move before we get one more low. Same thing for upside, break above this trend line at 68,800, another at 70,180, the final one at 72,250. Once we get breaks above those trend lines and swing highs, then it becomes more likely. All of this is just a larger degree, A, B, C, and an A wave. Then we get that B wave down and then a C wave up. Now, we've had a lot of sideways action, so it's totally possible where we can even break below trend lines and swing lows, and we're just going for a B wave extension, and then we can get that bounce up. That's totally possible to see as well, and that's why we have these swing lows and swing highs as confirmation. So other than that, there hasn't really been too much changing, so we'll kind of go over the RSI. Same thing that we've been kind of talking about in the last couple of weeks. There hasn't really been any change other than just smaller time frame. Sometimes things will break, but that's what happens when you're in a compression. So on the 1 hour, still in the neutral, 4 hour still in the neutral, and then on the daily we are starting to move to the upside. If we compare this to last cycle, where this move we had over here could be compared to something like this, and then we could, if we are following, for example, this same structure, this move like we're having right now could just be resetting the RSI before we get that one more low, and then we get that larger bounce, and then we can find that correction to the downside. So that's totally possible that we've seen play out last cycle as well, and if that were to play out again, wouldn't be surprising. And if we move lastly to the liquidations on the, I'll move down, on the 30-day, we have 7 billion shorts and 3 billion longs, so piled up on the shorts. So it wouldn't really be, it would make sense liquidation wise if we were to get that larger corrective bounce now as well. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for this video. Not really too much has changed. It's been the same thing for the past couple of weeks. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.